How are you doing?
Good. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Very busy day, but it's been good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's a busy time of the year for sure. I've had some time to think about our last two meetings, and I've got some things I wanted to talk a little bit more about. You said you have about 20 minutes, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Unfortunately, I love to talk to you more, but I have other meetings, other appointments to get to, but 20 minutes should be fine.
Okay. Based on our last two meetings, the primary issue is that the new line of Dentsply tools are not selling as well as they're supposed to, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, today I'd like to gain a better understanding of Dentsply, specifically the district manager position, let you know about some potential areas of improvement that I saw from our previous two meetings, and then show some opportunities for Dentsply and NetSuite moving forward.
Okay.
Is it alright if I use previous notes from our last two meetings to reference and then take meeting notes today?
Yeah, sure. That would be great.
Awesome. That helps me keep my thoughts straight, and I appreciate that. How have the sales numbers been for the new tools so far? Can you tell me who has been really hitting their numbers versus people that aren't hitting their numbers?
Sure. They definitely have been low, like you said. They're not hitting what we projected. I think a lot of the sales reps are really, captivated by the features that the equipment has, such as the cordless, the titanium it's made out of, and they really emphasize that to our customers. I'm thinking that's what they want to hear. So that's kind of the approach that they take, or that they've been taking in the past. And most of our sales reps really focus on the relationship part, the relationship aspect between us and the dental practices. So, they'll call them up for golf, call up the dentist for golf, and go out, hit some balls, and try to talk about business while they're golfing or do a lunch date. But that hasn't been as successful as they were hoping. So, I don't know, we'll see. But we also, our main people that have been doing really well are the people that come in early, stay late. Unfortunately with them, though, they kind of stick to themselves. So they haven't really been able to kind of give some advice to the other sales reps. So we don't really know kind of what they're doing right in order to get those numbers. Yeah.
All right. And so last time that had been kind of the crux of the conversation is talking about the rep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had showed you some things about NetSuite that can really benefit the reps. But you said that there was a lot of pushback from regional managers to having a corporate CRM system. And so I was just wondering how they took when you brought up NetSuite with them.
They were very impressed with NetSuite. You guys are very leading in your industry. So the credentials were there. Everything was there. I think they're just a little concerned with outsourcing our CRM at this point.
Okay. And that's understandable. When I was a state manager, I was always wary of corporate seagulls coming in and changing things. But could you tell me more specifically about what your district managers do? More specifically.
Sure. I myself was a district manager for 2 years. So each district manager has 8 to 12 reps underneath them. And their main responsibilities are recruiting some new reps. They recruit their own reps, and then they mentor and coach their current reps and kind of follow them through their careers. And then, of course, consolidating reports as well. So.
Okay. Well, based on your previous experience as a district manager, what do you feel their real hesitation is towards a corporate CRM system?
Well, I guess, if I'm being honest, they're probably really just worried about the budget in the sense of corporate corporate paying for this new CRM will definitely take away from their monthly budget. So I think they're really worried about less money.
Mm-hmm. I can understand how that'd be a strain on their overhead. But what I think would be helpful is to explain to them not just that, this is a cost that's going to be going towards NetSuite, but really just show them the costs that are going to be alleviated from this cost. So after we spoke last time, I went back and ran some numbers, and I think they'll have some big implications for us moving forward. And so based on your estimate that reporting takes each rep 2 hours a week and each manager 10 hours a week, we estimate that per rep it costs you $8,500 per year for this system, with a total cost per year coming at $680,000. And then with the managers taking 10 hours a week, that's a full fourth of their week going towards these reports. That's costing $360,000, with a total cost of the current system at $1,040,000. And so that is the potential that we're looking at. We want to recoup as much of that as possible. Mm-hmm. And so, with the cost of NetSuite being $12,384 for your company, we really feel like you can capture back a lot of that, because we estimate that the time per rep will go down from 2 hours to 30 minutes a week, and the time per manager will go down from 10 hours to 2 hours a week.
Wow, okay.
And so that's a full 8 hours that each manager will get. And then when you take this to your manager, I would show them that we estimate per manager with 10 reps underneath them, that's $85,000. And with the cost of them spending that 10 hours would be $45,000. So while I can understand them being worried about the $1,548 coming out of their overhead, which would be their share of the total cost of NetSuite, we're unlocking up to $130,000 for them. And I'll show you later some ways that NetSuite can ensure and show us getting to that goal.
Okay.
But how does that sound to you?
That all sounds great. Definitely seeing the numbers is very eye-opening. So.
And kind of like I was saying before, as a regional manager, I have I have to have a broader perspective when looking at the NetSuite business. And so I want to engage with clients like you that have complementing products to where we can work with you guys to gain footholds into different industries. Mm-hmm. For example, my predecessor worked with hospital supply and salon supply companies to gain footholds into hospitals and salons for them to use NetSuite.
Okay.
And so I can see the potential for a similar partnership between NetSuite and Dentsply. Mm-hmm. And so one of the reasons our salespeople are so good is because we use it every day. Mm-hmm. And so like this call, I will, put into the tracker once I get back to the office today. And so
it sounds like you guys would be gaining a lot from our partnership. But what would Dentsply really be gaining from you guys?
That is true. We do have a great deal. Obviously just having your business itself would be great. And then gaining that foothold would be an exceptional experience. But we also feel that Dentsply has a great deal to gain as well. I ran the numbers on it. And, with the market you guys are currently in with trying to upgrade them to the new cordless tools, and as well trying to upgrade them onto NetSuite. The potential for NetSuite is $37 million, whereas the potential for Dentsply is $550 million.
Wow. Okay.
And so, obviously I'd be very excited with that number. That'd be a great thing to be able to report to the people above me, but I'm also sure the people in Austria would love to see another $550 million coming out of this region.
Yeah.
And in addition to the savings from NetSuite itself and the potential moving into your market, we have a great deal of intellectual capital that we have to offer you guys. We utilize spin and challenger selling.
Okay.
And our reps would be able to work with your reps to focus more on the benefits of the product. When we were talking earlier about, your sales numbers today, it seems like a lot of people are talking about the new things about. But the trick to selling is that you need to attach that to real results.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And so with our clients, we see, for example, a few years ago, one of our salon suppliers, they had a new conditioner. And, it was similar to this, where it was going to disrupt the industry. And, it didn't happen at the schedule that they thought. And that's because they didn't do a good job of explaining, anytime someone needs to move to something new, they're going away from what they're comfortable with. And so you need to explain to them why what they're comfortable with isn't right. And our reps are very good at doing that, and we can share that capital with you. So I'd like to show you kind of what that would look like for our reps working with Dentsply reps in a role play.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so I'll be a Dentsply rep, and then you can be a dentist.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So would you like to buy some Dentsply tools?
No, thank you. We currently just bought a new set of tools, so we're probably not going to be upgrading for another year or so.
Okay, and those were the industry standard corded tools, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, do you mind if I ask, how many times did hygienists call out last year?
On average, one hygienist calls out about 11 days out of the year.
Okay, and you have 5 hygienists in your office, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, based on our estimates, we estimate that replacing a hygienist costs you $279 with a cost per year at $15,000, and so and then rescheduling the cleanings from that lost hygienist costs $6,000, and then recovering the patients that were lost due to that hygienist calling out is a cost per year of $66,000 per year.
Wow.
With the total cost of hygienists calling out at $81,000, we believe that having the ergonomic tools that Dentsply is offering with the cordless features as well, we'll be able to cut that number dramatically. And so while you're not scheduled to get new tools this year, if you waited until the schedule of getting it in 2 years, that would be $240,000 that these tools would cost you versus the $23,000 to upgrade this year.
Wow, that's crazy.
So is that how your calls normally go?
No, they're a little more dry, I guess you could say. We don't really present the numbers like that, and so that's very clear and straightforward. And I think that definitely will help some dentists. It will hit them in the sense of money speaks, so I think they'll be able to see that more clearly.
All right. And, it doesn't stop there. Like I was saying with the regional perspective that I have, I give a similar pitch to trade shows and stuff, and then get those, doctors and salon haircutters in touch with the local reps.
Yeah.
And so we obviously could get you on those speaking engagements as well.
Perfect.
To help your reps. So next I'd like to show you a couple more things, like I was saying earlier, where NetSuite can address those issues specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So So last time, I showed you from the rep's perspective how NetSuite can help them put in sales orders and give call reports. But now I'd like to show you how, as regional managers and, the district managers can see the data that their reps are putting in and really make informed analytical decisions at that upper level based on that data.
Okay.
So one of the great things is you can actually see the time that they spend reporting.
Mm.
And this will help your district managers from a coaching perspective because, you're not just supposed to coach each person individually, and you need a coach based on known behaviors. And so when you see that, this person has 5 calls that are pending, you can go and talk to him and be like, hey, you need to make sure that you're getting those call reports in so that we can get that data up the stream as soon as possible so that, the upper decision makers can have the best information possible.
Yeah.
And then if you see that a rep is getting their reports in, but their time, the time that they're spending on reports is too high, you can talk to them about that and, find ways for them to be more efficient with their reporting.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, you can break down your numbers by date versus by region or by client. And so you can see if there are regions that are underperforming during upswings or overperforming during downswings so that you can find out what they're doing different and get that information disseminated across the company.
Mm-hmm.
And so does that all look impressive?
Yeah, it looks very nice. It looks very straightforward, user-friendly, so I like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to start with one of your district managers and implement NetSuite with them, and then implement it across the region over the course of the next 5 months. So really taking the time, 1 month per district,
mm-hmm.
and making sure that it's implemented correctly and that they know how to do it, and so that you guys can be successful moving forward.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Awesome. Well, I have the contract here, and
Okay.
Am I gonna bother y'all to make lunch real quick soon?
all right. Well, thank you so much, and have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in.